Unmute.
Yeah, it's unmuted. What do you want?
It wasn't unmuting properly.
It was unmuting properly. It was muted. How much do you want from it?
Well, the game audio is a little quiet.
Care, damn it!
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing the game audio.
I mean, I can raise the game audio. The game audio is just kind of naturally quiet. So, that's the problem with this shit, is that every time I change the game audio, I have to change every game audio. So, god damn it. Fine, we'll upgrade the game audio again. That's gonna be way louder than it really should be. So, now we're testing this audio again. Because this is the loud part. What do you want?
That probably works fine.
Okay.
Alright, hello people, it's us Two Bros Game, and I'm your host, Younger Bro.
I'm your other host, Older Bro.
And we are back playing Katawa Shoujo.
Actually, can you unhook the headphones? I'm gonna check. We've never actually checked the game on this computer, so I'm gonna check on this computer.
I think this one's yours.
Yep. It doesn't matter. The Katawa Shoujo doesn't break if you unplug the headphones. Oh, actually, I need the splitter. Shit. You know what? We're not checking that right now. I actually don't know how we're gonna check that, because I need the splitter to be able to check the audio.
Yeah, on that stupid PC.
We'll figure that out later.
Just buy a separate splitter.
That's why I said we'll figure it out later.
Anyway. Alright. Lilly speaking. Sure, sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems, all too ready to jump ship from this particular topic. I don't know this word.
Segue.
I segue into another.
You can pronounce it as segue. I segue into another topic.
Do you come here to drink often?
Do you come here often? Really?
Hey, baby, you come here often? You want to get some tea? You know
no,
what
I mean my bedroom. Never mind.
It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at.
Probably.
I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club. So a friend I use this room for having tea.
Wait, hold on a second. So, okay, I'm only vaguely knowledgeable of how student council works in high school. From my understanding, the way student council works is that every class representative has to go to the student council because they're the class representative to the student council. Wouldn't part of your class representative duties be to go to the student council meeting that this guy was just at?
Yeah, I don't know enough about class politics. Class class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lilly seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view on school's clubs. What kinds of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club a room near the library. I hear Monica runs that one. There are almost numerous small ones too, though, such as art and music clubs. But I don't go to those.
She doesn't go to any of them. She just said that.
I don't like to talk about those.
Also, never mind.
At a time...
That's you.
Oh, sorry. Also, I don't know, there's something weird about that mouth.
It's, yes, she's about to make out with you.
I don't know what that is.
Also, but you are correct. Like, it looks weird because it looks like her mouth is open, but inside of her mouth is the skin color.
But I know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a very calm-looking face, like,
Yeah, but then it shouldn't have the under bit.
It looks weird.
It looks weird.
At a time, I'm just wanting to get on my feet. Rushing into a club right away seems lightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though. It is encouraged. Good. That's a relief.
I have literally never in my life seen any school or heard of any school that demands you join a club. Ever. Like,
the only place I know that it could be active, where they get this idea from, is Japan. I think Japan requires it.
But I was under the impression that was generally a parental requirement, not a school requirement. That, like, parents are like, no, you must be in a club, and you must be doing like cram school or something like that. Because that's usually why students aren't in clubs. Because they go to cram school. Unless
they changed it nowadays, I think this is a Japan thing.
I've never heard of this. Never.
I really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to
now that's a correct
slightly
mouth.
Amuse her. Yes,
they fixed the mouth.
I don't know what was with the
it was
kind of like a pout face in a way.
It wasn't white,
but it looked weird. Her mouth. I know her mouth was supposed to be
closed. Her mouth wasn't white.
I think it was supposed to be closed.
Maybe.
But anyway, not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same.
It was drugged.
One window shuttered later.
Remember when this man was supposed to be going to the library that is definitely closed?
As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint.
Well, almost correct. Good enough.
Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh? The time's gone quickly. Sorry. Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Sorry, Heinso. Sal. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her corner.
Concern.
No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it.
Probably not.
It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there.
Then where is it?
I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hand still neatly folded on the table in front of her. You are a very well-pampered girl.
I'm not even sure if she is.
It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you to where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should have been able to find it all right.
I should be able to.
I should be able to find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Which they seem to have a habit of doing.
Yeah, it's almost like you always wander dick first into a girl.
It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. By the way, that's my friend I was talking about earlier.
I love the fact that any other guy would immediately respond to, like, would I show you the way? How? You're blind. Or, I'm gonna go talk to the library. Why? You can't read, you're blind. But like, this guy is doing the correct thing and assuming immediately, oh, she has
Goes
ways
to
of
this,
getting to the
yes.
library, and there are braille books in the library. He doesn't immediately, even mentally, he doesn't jump to, but you're blind.
Like, I knew...
Like,
I knew a girl that was blind at my school, and she could travel throughout the entirety without any problems.
Yeah.
So this gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be okay. Thanks.
went from great to okay.
As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for sport, whereas Lily's is for navigation.
That is true.
Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library.
I do on some level still feel a bit of discomfort at the idea of it's a real, or maybe not discomfort, but it's a really awkward and weird situation when you are being like led somewhere by a blind person. It's like you have to just stop for a second and be like, how the fuck did I get into this situation? Everything makes sense. I know how I got here. I know that she's capable of taking me here. It all makes sense, but just saying it out loud, it sounds completely ludicrous.
Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing.
Yeah, maybe because...
Ladies first.
Maybe because it's a
Oh.
central building, like a central thing in the building that, is important.
She gives an appreciative smile at the jester, taking the lead as we file in.
Yeah, it is. If she must be the pampered rich girl, you must at least honor that
yes.
request.
To the left is the wooden library
This
counter
looks
with the...
more like a bookstore, but sure, whatever.
I've seen libraries this small. With
Well,
the
yeah, but
library
usually you don't have
proper being on the
usually you don't have book storage at the counter. Like, this very clearly is going to be the counter that they have somebody at. But whatever.
right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library. Are you sure? With the distinct smell of old books giving the place
I'd
an
assume so.
almost old world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here, considering the time. It isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms.
If she is the librarian.
Who?
Lily. If it turns out she,
That would
this
be
is a whole
fucking
bit, and she's like,
hilarious.
oh, I'm having a conversation with the librarian. She's me. I'm just going to leave this room and never come back.
I was just having a bit of fun.
I'm leaving this room immediately.
Yuko, are you here?
Yuko.
She says it to the thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. You wanna be Yuko?
I don't know. Sure. But I'm using that sound in replacement. Oh! Perfect. Yes, I will be Yuko.
Okay.
This is you.
The origin. Apparently, the librarian quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention.
We just heard her name. Why are you calling her librarian?
Yeah.
We know her name's Yuko.
We know her, well, we don't know her full name.
But whatever. We don't know Lily's last name. They call her Lilly. I'm sorry that Of the Valley has not been listed yet.
No, I think we learned Lily's last name.
But not in
they
her
still
in her text
call
box.
her
They call her Lily.
Lily.
So it doesn't matter. Anyways. Oh, hi, Lily. How can I help you?
Her voice is stained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head.
Shit.
Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and I was looking for both of them. You came and surprised me.
Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know.
It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me.
She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter.
Yes, worse things have happened.
When you do get ripped off. The girl fidgets her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around the corner for no reason.
Counter. But...
A little shorter than Lily.
No, that's accurate.
Replete
Yes.
with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. She seems to fit a library in perfectly.
Maybe they may fit in a library perfectly. I don't know. I don't know which one they're going for. Lily, did you get my message?
Message? How could I have possibly got a message?
Braille.
Oh, the two imported books.
Now,
that arrived.
okay, I know this is probably not possible, but I would really love to have I would really love for people to be able to send text messages to people who are blind, and somewhere they could put their hand somewhere on their phone, and the phone just
auto brails.
It had a keyboard section for your finger where it auto brails. So it's you're just oh, okay. That would be extremely cool.
Interesting.
That would be ultra cool. Right. They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but...
And Mr. Celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does.
Oh, no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry.
The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little
That would be
unsettling.
called, bipolar, most likely.
He's with me, Yuko. This is...
Hisao.
Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you?
Hisao, right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you, too, Hisao.
For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror.
Oh, please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. You're a librarian! There's too much responsibility for this librarian.
How it's any responsibility at all, I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But... So, there are a lot of books in Braille here. I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense.
Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio.
Makes sense, given all the blind students that'd be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place?
Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. Oh, that's a good way to describe, that's the most, regal way to describe Lily here. Adequately endowed.
Okay.
They spend more on the new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them.
That sounds sad.
That's just a depressing statement. It's so troublesome and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. Why
I
are
don't
you
blame
still
you.
here?
I don't know what to say. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information.
So much, too much. You know, normally too much information. Normally, TMI is itself enough. You don't. If it's too much information, it's too much information.
That's
Somehow,
usually...
Yuko has found a way to have even too much information. She has exceeded even the capacity of TMI and has created ultra TMI.
I'll go check the alias?
Isles.
Isles, then, if you don't mind. I've never seen Isles written.
Yeah, it has an extra S.
It has an extra...
Isles.
It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yukio, I would have those books, if that's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big,
I only got
even
lost
though it
7
doesn't
times.
look like it.
Yeah. I only got lost 7 times trying to find the light novels.
Ambling?
Yep.
Down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good.
By the time I get to the front, I have 700 books.
By the time I get to the front, I have Susan Collins books, I have Goosebumps, I even have Shakespeare. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library.
Whoops, tautology.
I've only seen one braille book in my life, and it wasn't even real life. I saw it in a movie.
Well, what I don't understand is, like, surely it can't cost that much to just make every book braille, right? Because, like, you could just... Large print already is taking the words and making them bigger and spreading them more out on the page. But couldn't you just put the braille directly underneath the text? Like, I mean, literally, for every line, just put another line underneath it that's the braille line. And just make every book braille.
That's not what they do.
I know,
they
that's what I'm
braille
saying.
the entire thing.
That's what I'm saying, but couldn't they just
do
dual
that?
braille? Like, dual, like, normal and braille?
I've never
That just seems like
a book that's
I've
like
not
that.
either, but it's like, surely you could just do that and then sell the book as English braille. I mean braille is in English, but whatever.
I wonder if you can learn braille that way if you read the text while you're following your fingers.
I mean, theoretically.
That's if you can get all
I don't
the
think that
words
I don't
from
know.
that one book.
I don't think you
it
count
has
as,
to be a dictionary.
I don't think you count as duolingual if you learn English and braille.
And wait, it's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lilly is snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with.
It's a library. Of course it's calm.
Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. Perfect! A place where I can bring in my cameras and make Pokemon card videos.
I will literally never... In a library. You would
Leonhardt
get
that.
kicked out.
No, Leonhardt.
No, you would get kicked out because you'd scream. In order to do a...
Well, so does Leonhardt. He goes crazy when he gets pulls too.
I'm assuming he also probably rents out part of the library building itself.
No, he just goes in and does it.
Okay. Leonhardt, you might be a great guy. That should be illegal.
I think they know about him by now.
That should still be illegal.
But
you are violating Rule 1 of the library. Shh.
He doesn't shout at all.
Yeah.
Like, he is actually surprisingly tame about it. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at the desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted.
Why would you stealthily sleep in the library? Like,
There is no stealth. You can just sleep there.
You're either asleep or not in the library. Like,
I did too much studying. As I glance around, I was in a montage, that's why I'm sleeping. I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of several beanbags. Oh, joy!
here we go.
It's Yuri. It's the dark-haired
we don't know that
girl
yet.
from my class. The one who, if her name is Yuri, I'm walking out. The one who snuck out of the classroom earlier.
Remember, this game way preceded Doki Doki Literature Club. So, if she is named Yuri, Yuri stole her name.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened to this girl, because
I'm assuming a fire.
Fire or an explosion. Explosion would be worse.
That's still fire, basically, but sure.
Anyway, she's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head.
Okay, just to say, and this is nobody else is gonna get this relationship, but for some reason, I'm imagining her as a spider girl. For some reason, I can peg the anime where she has a spider body underneath this. And I don't know why.
Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards... I think it's intrigued.
Intrigue. Not intrigue. Intrigue, they're different.
Okay. Floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired
Basically, intrigued, with a D, is a verb.
Okay. What, is that one an adverb?
That's a noun.
Oh, noun.
It's a thing.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's sort of an adjective or an adverb. It's not a verb.
I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to her, she immediately leaves, and I stand here sad. I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe.
Wait, I thought she got up and left. Well, hold on, what? Go back. What did the history say? I'm very lost.
No, she didn't leave. I was the one that brought that up.
Oh, you said she got up and left. Sorry, I straight up thought it said
that. No, that was me making a joke.
Because that was something she'd do. It was like, you sit down, she's like, nope, getting up and leaving because I want nothing to do with any other human being.
Yeah, you know what, Katawa Shoujo writers, if you're listening, go back and put that line in. Rewrite this whole start, that way it'd make me right, because Older Bro so believed my joke story that it might as well have been in the game.
Sorry, I was looking up what part of speech intrigue is, and it isn't it. So,
okay.
When you're saying intrigued, that's a verb. When you're saying it, when you're saying intrigue is in the air,
she got up and left, and then I was sad.
A noun.
This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third of it. A third, if not a half,
well, it's clearly not a half,
is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subsequently peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes.
Again, her eyes are bigger than her mouth.
For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse, you idiot!
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Hi, I'm new here. No,
wow, that is the most forward statement.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be...
You're just saving this, but you're just like, no.
Yeah, with this choice, I'm gonna go with one.
The nice one?
Yes.
Yeah, just the completely reasonable statement.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
It's okay.
The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I'll let it slide. So, You mind if I sit here? He seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods just a little.
Okay.
There it is. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind the book. We have read too many.
That if you had immediately said a book name, chances are that's one of the ones
that
you
would
have said.
Been one.
Oh.
Oh yes, Life of Pi, good book and a good movie. All right, Life of Pi, never heard of it. Bullshit. Okay, well that movie didn't come out till like 2014, but.
That's true. The movie probably is after the making of this game.
But the book I thought was very, very popular on this guy's life. Like,
well, he only entered reading after his coma, or not really a coma, but being in the hospital. Like, so.
No, I'm just saying, Life of Pi as a whole. I'm surprised he hasn't heard of it.
No.
So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her books, stalling a little before replying.
I know.
You know! I know.
We're in the same class.
Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it is barely audible even in still library. That's a quiet girl. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong.
Yep.
Now she's just she can't stand being in the same place for too long.
It's probably more that she has to have like she probably has to have like stuff put on her face.
I don't know about that.
Hanako. I'm Hanako.
Okay. I resist the urge to say that's a nice name. Just to have something to say, but really, it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. You are an idiot, and you're perfect for T-Bro's game night. Hop aboard, Middle Bro.
I'm not. We are not currently hiring for Middle Bro.
Yes, we are.
No,
everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing.
I get the feeling that 99% of these people have similar thoughts to you on a daily basis.
Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I tried to read the covers and the introductions of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in their book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. Oh, and she's doing the same thing. After a while, I realize that she's doing the same thing. And only
how
pretending
in the actual
to be
fuck
immersed
did you...
I did not read it.
How in the fuck could you have possibly known she was doing the same thing
I
without
saw her
reading?
glance. I saw her glance
Okay.
for a second.
I didn't even realize it moved her eyes.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I
didn't see
it.
I caught it.
So I was like, how
Anyway,
in the fuck could you possibly have
Life
known
of
that?
Pi. And also, it's predictable.
Fuck off. Fuck off with your predictable bullshit.
Like...
Nothing about this game is predictable.
Like, she's a shy girl, and you're kind of in a intense situation. That's usually what happens. So, I'm just saying I've seen enough anime and read enough
I guess
things to say that's predictable.
Whatever.
Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit.
Scared rabbit.
I still want to...
Oh, no, it is scarred. Sorry.
I read that correct.
Right.
I read it.
I'm sorry. I assumed to be scared because
no.
That's... How do you spell... No, maybe it's... No, scarred has 2 R's. It is scared.
It's spelled the fucking same.
No, scarred is
I
2
know.
R's. 2 R's. That's scared. As in S-C-A-R-E. Scare.
But anyway, I also
like, what the fuck?
want to say
Wait,
you
what?
don't have to make big words to make a good novel.
How could they have made a smaller word than scared?
No. That inquisitive. I don't exactly know what it means. The only thing I can connect that to is the Inquisitors in Star Wars, which wasn't around yet.
So, okay. So, yes. So let's go there. So, the Inquisitors were inquisitive, meaning that they inquired about things. Or, basically, they were asking questions. So, in this, inquisitive means usually you are mentally in the state of mind where you're curious enough about something to want to ask questions.
Honestly, I think Star Wars called them Inquisitors because they didn't want to call them Sith.
Well, they were Sith Inquisitors.
Yes.
So, but the point was that they were the people that go in and find out if the Jedi or whoever's against the Empire is there, and then take them out. They could have called them Sith Infiltrators, I guess. But
there can only be two, so they're like, we're not going to call you Sith, but you'll be...
I thought their official title was called the Sith Inquisitors. Was that just in Knights of the Old Republic, or in like the Old Republic? No, I'm pretty sure in the original Old Republic they are called Sith Inquisitors, because that's before there were just two, and they literally were called Sith Inquisitors. I need to look that up, but that's not a now thing. What is a now thing is that inquisitive is basically saying that she's a person who is often curious about many things.
I didn't think Inquisitors were a thing until Clone Wars.
I'm pretty sure they were a thing before Clone Wars. They were just brought back in Clone Wars.
Anyway, when our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Boom, 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 lights, fire, everything's around us. Probably not a good thing to fantasize about, but we'll continue. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath.
The Sith...
Idiot!
Yeah. The Sith Inquisitors were a class of powerful force wielders within the reconstructed Sith Empire.
Okay.
Operating primarily within the upper echelons and political circles. In contrast to their counterparts, the Sith Warriors, which would be what we call Sith, Inquisitors specialize in force abilities as opposed to martial might, and many would devote much time to researching new skills and to survive the cutthroat Sith political environment. So, this was a Sith Inquisitor. It's literally one of the player classes in the Old Republic.
Okay.
So, yes, they have existed to some extent for thousands and thousands of years.
Your line.
Sorry.
I'm
gonna go to something.
That warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter.
You know that I have to go to the counter as well.
Her hair-like takeoff catches me off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start.
Remember, bunnies are good at multiplying. They're also good at running.
By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lilly and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you notice a girl run past here? Not you. But you, librarian.
Well, no. Yuko, Yuko might have seen her, but also, Lilly could have
felt her presence.
Heard her coming, sensed a disturbance in the fucking force. Maybe. What did she look like?
Long, dark hair, kind of shy. She had, some scars on her face.
He said that with much more.
I know. Yeah. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear, Yuko, would you excuse me? I had better try and find her, as she was the person I was going to talk to, you dolt.
Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back.
What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Lilly hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko.
People
I don't
who are
think
partially or fully blind enough that they need a cane not supposed to run?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong?
What did you do?
Just sit down and talk with someone. Nothing, I was just looking for some books and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I could think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times.
Well, she is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people.
Isn't that a bit strange? I wouldn't blame her.
I mean, I wonder. It's just how she is, I think.
Yuka doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here.
Yes.
Everyone has their own problems or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony! Phony! A big fat phony! Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists.
So here's
She's literally the one school teacher from what is it? Nichijou.
Yes, she is that girl.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, well, I think if it's an elephant only if you feel that way.
What were you saying?
So, the answer to this question, the question of, like, I feel like a phony for not mentioning these things. So, if this mostly applies to if you only know one girl with, like, disabilities of this nature, like, it's kind of hard. I can't exactly speak to this guy's situation where he has to deal with 50 people on a daily basis that all have, like, physical and mental disabilities and how to deal with that. But if you're specifically dealing with one person, and the actual answer to this question is, generally, what you do is you probably point it out once, and then by the, like, 8th time you interact with them, you probably have completely forgotten, or at the very least, it's in the back of your mind and you stop thinking about it. You treat them like a human being.
Person.
Yeah, it's like, because all of these people are human beings. No except. They just are human beings. That are slightly different.
I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile and she blushes heavily.
Well, what? Did that sound stupid?
No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add to, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desks really like doing that.
Okay, I don't have papers on my desk right now, but I'm insulted. Did you find any books? I should be closing school soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope it's not too inconvenient for you.
I mean, I might check out Life of Pi, not in Braille. But, yes, Life of Pi, please. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because... Okay, I'll go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter.
Wow, you read a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I read in my spare time. Don't have time for this new Nintendo stuff.
That's when, if you were a slightly ruder person, you'd probably say, yes, which means I'm going to be in this library quite often. So I really hope that you're able to speak to me on a more, or a less nervous basis than Hanako.
Never say that.
You should not say that, but that is the situation that is going to happen.
I surprised myself with that too. Honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else.
I see.
Yeah, I can't do Fortnite anymore. That gets me too worked up. I could have a heart attack.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact.
What? Yes, tact, the thing Two Bros Game Night do not have.
Holding library books with one arm, okay, I throw my
Troll.
I troll my pocket for the key to the door.
The door that is currently clearly open.
A sudden sound from behind me startles me. It's that guy, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock.
I'm presuming that I thought the guy who was the roommate, or well, not roommate, but the guy next door was in front of him.
It could be that guy. We'll see.
Who is it? No.
Knew it! I turn around to see who is talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glitting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously.
Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again?
Does he have memory loss issues?
No, I believe he is. He said someone new again. So I assume that means that he knows that you moved in yesterday.
Maybe. His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before yesterday.
I don't think so. I would remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was it? What day is it today?
I tried to ignore him. Is he joking or what?
Probably best to not assume that people are joking in this school. Prove that we met before.
You live across the hall, you're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear.
I don't like this face. This feels like it's from a different animation style. And his eyes and the glasses are freaking me the fuck out.
Oh.
How do you know my name? Damn, this can only be one of two things. Either we've met and you're telling the truth and I just can't remember it, or you're a spy.
Yeah, this is seeming implying that he has memory loss.
Yeah.
He pauses.
A psychic spy.
His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swings.
I'm also insulted because my glasses are extremely thick.
In less than a minute. I'm not psychic.
How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader.
Kenji points a finger in my face damningly.
Unlike you!
Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room.
Lies! If you think you can pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken.
So you do know he's Hisao?
Yeah. You are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim, maybe at a distance. But who do you think you're kidding?
I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. What?
Exasperated.
Exasperated. I rubbed my eyes and let out a heavy sigh.
You just said exasperated and then said you let out a heavy sigh. That's exasperation.
Okay.
Like, exasperated, I act exasperated.
Okay.
Like, well, no, this is a thing that happens. Okay, this is not something I'm actually criticizing. It's just a statement. Like, it's kind of a tautology. Where it's like, you say you're exasperated, but what happens when someone is exasperated? They go, oh my god.
Maybe somebody looked at that and said, okay, we should put the definition of this word so people can understand it in that sense.
Yeah, but this isn't even a situation of like, they don't think people know what that is. Every time somebody says exasperated, they say this. They say, exasperated, I let out a heavy sigh, or exasperated, I put my hand to my head. A headache forming. They literally describe what exasperated means in a sentence where they use the word exasperate. It's like, it's not a problem, it's just, I just noticed it. So, stay there.
Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still. At least he assaults me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if
I was
he did.
literally about to say that I'm surprised he hasn't poked somebody's eye out.
I will go for the nuts.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't poked somebody's eye out with his finger. Oh, wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you.
Sighing again and face palming, and then once again, for good measure, I step backwards just in case.
What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong?
I don't know, just had something stupid happen to me. Besides you,
no.
another stupid thing happened to me as well. A few stupid things, actually, even if you discount this one.
Yeah, so even he is admitting in conversation that this is a stupid thing happening to him.
Can't get a proper touch on other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like he would have anything.
Weave.
What?
I don't know. You were going with the bit. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I was going with a bit, and you
Sorry.
fucked it up. Anyway, it's not like we've had any contact either.
That's rough, dude. Yeah, sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in.
It's a brand new reality. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us.
You see, this is how it is, this world. There's no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose the lesson.
What does that even mean?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Because it matters to me, because I can't get a handle on you either. I need to know these things, man. If you're going to be my best friend in this story, I need to understand you.
Who said anything about best friend? Who said I even liked you?
I mean,
In
you
fact,
seem
who
to
the
have
hell
a
are
peak
you? Get out of
interest
my
in me.
face.
I mean, you're here talking to me, aren't you? Anyway, he dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand.
What happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face?
I mean, I am putting it on when you're here, but it's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally, literally, too. She actually ran away from me. Was my fault, really? I think I'm not really used to all this yet.
A girl? A cute one?
Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice butt.
I don't
What
think that's a hard question.
fuck?
No, hold on,
really
hold on.
beautiful
That's
hair.
not a hard question though. Do you tell a girl that, well, I'm sorry, you
Your
look,
scars make you look
you're
fat.
you're cute, but that mole on the side of your face is not cute. It's like that's
not what you tell someone.
Yeah, it's like that's.
But the face.
Yeah.
I guess it could go either way.
Is this a choice?
Why is this a choice?
I mean,
oh my god.
well, I guess I'm gonna be frank. I have no knowledge of when the choices happen, so.
I
Was
can't
she
believe
cute?
this is a choice. Anyway, sure, she was cute.
Like,
Yeah, cute, I guess.
I knew it. There are a lot of cute girls here, a strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. We're in a dating sim. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? No.
I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets.
Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60-40.
Oh god, we're in a dating sim. Yep, I knew it!
Like, okay, guys, I just want to point out, now this wasn't, to be fair, this wasn't not my high school, this is my college.
Okay.
So, high school, maybe 50-50, probably wasn't. College, 80-20.
Boys and girls.
Yeah, no, girls and boys. 80% girls, 20% guys.
What, are we just too headstrong to go to college? What is with that?
No, the school I went to was primarily focused on nursing and teaching.
A lot of
It was a
people don't like to
primary
be-
nursing teaching school it was a liberal arts school.
Yeah,
so
it
had a lot of nursing, a lot of teaching, which is very heavy female focus.
A lot of guys don't want to be a female nurse because they're afraid of what their friends would say. But the funny thing, Hershey, a guy that we know, that we've played with, that we've known for a long time, he's going into a medical trade, and I'm guessing
Good.
he's training to be a male nurse. So
Honestly, here's the thing. Male nurses, I'm surprised are not a more common thing, because generally people... Okay, I'm going to say this in a weird way. Generally, people either like having a nurse that's their same gender or the opposite gender, depending on the person. So, I'm surprised that there isn't about the same number of male nurses as female nurses, given that there's the same number of men as women. more or less.
I'd say if you're going for a medical field and you have to get stuck as a nurse for a while just to work your way into a doctor position, just do it.
Those are completely different practices, and I would not recommend, that's not exactly how that works. Nurses and doctors are not exactly one-to-one relatable.
There are times when there's not a doctor around, like a nurse will have to act in their stead.
Yes, but that's not the same thing.
And also nurses can get shots at being an actual doctor if they go through some process.
Yes, that process is getting a completely different degree. That's the point. They have to pursue their different fields.
Their actual doctorate to
maybe. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not strictly speaking, or it's not just that a nurse is a doctor without a doctorate. They are actually different fields, slightly.
Yeah, doctor actually does surgeries and stuff like that.
Yeah, nurses
assist them.
Yes. So basically, knowledge time with older bro. So, if you go to a family doctor, they probably aren't a doctor. They might be a doctor, but generally speaking, the family doctor you have is a nurse. Because you don't actually need a doctor for most of your medical needs on a daily basis.
Yeah, because it's not serious.
Yeah, for non-serious conditions, you only need a nurse. Nurses can prescribe pills, they can take temperatures, and they can do so for probably about 1/10 the fucking cost of a doctor, because they don't have that doctorate, which means that they have to charge you a lot to pay off their student loans. So, generally speaking, if you want a good solid care for an inexpensive price, go to a nurse, do not go to a doctor, because nurses are probably what you're looking for 90% of the time.
He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing.
Probably that conversation I was just having. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that's like a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream, but no!
It's horrific, apparently.
What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready?
For next time?
I was gonna make that joke, but I demand we continue.
I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting
Wait,
out now.
Hold on! No, hold on! Are you actually seriously?
Hold on.
No, I want to see them go to black and not actually have him go in his room. I want to see them cut the screen.
No, I am not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob. Anyway, yeah. Doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not.
I believe that this school is a battleground, the site of feminist infiltration. Okay,
you know what? Play too many spy games.
You know what? I
think
we need to stop now.
I think,
but yeah, what the actual fuck?
Opting out of this conversation.
We're taking a beeline out of this conversation until Monday.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck does that mean?
Monday, written in red. Yeah, this guy plays way too much Hitman.
God.
Like Hitman, he watches maybe Impossible, like Mission Impossible. Like too much Keanu Reeves. Anyway.
No, he doesn't.
That is going to be it for today's episode. So like and subscribe to YouTube and Twitch. Comment to videos if you read them. Follow on Twitch. And we'll see you guys in the next Katawa Shoujo. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.